we're going to get us a reading for the sign of Pisces. As you know, I've already began my pre-shuffle before I press the record button. So I'm going to cut the deck and we're going to get into it with the main energy for the sign of Pisces, okay? Now, Pisces, bottom of the deck, we got unworthy, okay? So, this is giving me an energetic check in the inside. Okay, this is definitely my abundance prosperity deck. It say, do you genuinely believe your worthiness to attain the abundance you desire? And you better tell yourself fuck yes every time. Assessing yourself, this got a lot to do with your confidence, your self-worth, you know, your self-esteem. Okay, we got conditioning here. Have you accepted the illusion? Hey. Have you accepted the limitations being placed on you? Okay. When it comes to the social conditioning that you have been having to survive in. I was gonna fuck that word up. I ain't even gonna play with it though. Don't even worry about it, okay? We got travel here. So you need to move around, explore your horizons some. That may be the key, okay? It might not be exactly what you're doing. It may be where you're doing it, you know? Environment, atmosphere, the people, all of it makes a difference. Not to mention with this conditioning travel, this is giving me like even like generational curse type energy. Okay, so some type of conditioning being taught, passed down, right? We have author here. So you got to be the writer of your own story, Pisces. Is what it's making me feel like, right? It is certain situations where we don't have control, you know, when it comes to divine timing and divine intervention and different things like that. But at the same time, you do have to actually do the work, right? We got pressure here. So make sure you're aware of how the people around you are pressuring you, or the different type of pressure that they bring into your life. You know what I mean? Thoughts, restrictions. You know how you have some, like one thing that I started to notice with people like Pisces, I really started to have like a distaste for people who will more so put me in positions where they seem like they wanted me to think for them. Like, oh my goodness, I couldn't stand that. Like, just, man, okay? We have a dream home, too. So somebody might be trying to pressure you to buy a house or something like that. Or somebody might be trying to pressure you, you know what I mean? When it comes to, like, your and all, be all. Again, release the pressure. It's really giving me, again, like, you know how when you're born and you just taught that things go a certain type of way, like you go to school, you get a job, you get a family, you get married, you die, you know what I mean, type shit. Like, it's something with you stepping outside of them cycles. It's something about you being focused on actually taking things one step at a time, day by day type energy. Do the inner work. Inner work. I'm telling you, the more that you go inward, the more, you know what I mean, the outward gets taken care of. Like, you being told not to be afraid to prioritize your own personal growth, you know, your own health, your own wellness in front of certain things. Okay? See, we have dependent here. So when it comes to the conditioning, you may have a lot of people who are dependent on you. For you to guide them on what it is to do. Okay, this is really giving me healer energy though, Pisces. Like you're some type of counselor, some type of guidance coach, healer. Okay, we got entitlement here. So see, this dependent and entitlement. It's like you don't have to take nobody with you nowhere that you going. That's one thing that you got to realize too. Like, take some of that weight off your shoulders. You ain't responsible for nobody but your kids, your immediate family. that you know what I mean, signed up for, however it is that go. You got people that's dependent on you and they feel like you owe them something, is what it's making me feel like. Okay? That may be causing some type of restrictions to your choices that you make as well, too. We got connection. See, somebody feels like they're entitled when it comes to a connection to you. This may even have to do with, again, I keep on getting like friends and family, the people that you are loyal to or something like that. You know, it's not to say becoming too much, but it's causing restrictions. It's really causing restrictions, right? We got influencer in a reverse, see? It's something about the pressure and you being connected to somebody, or yeah, something about the pressure, you being connected to an individual who really don't have the influence like you do, or you being connected to individuals who don't have the influence like you do. See, and we got discovery here. It's something about you discovering some type of comfort place when it comes to you doing this inner work. Okay, we got closed-minded in a reverse. Something is causing for you to open your mind. Explore different avenues of yourself. Learn yourself, your different likes, dislikes, do's, don'ts. You discovered some type of connection. Again, within self, where outwardly it made you realize like the entitlement and the dependency that other individuals was placing on you, and therefore how it was affecting you. That's too many. That's too many. Give them to me one at a time. I just said this is my first time with these cards, Spirit. What's going on? We got freedom of time in the reverse and retreat. So with this freedom of time in the reverse, okay, it's seeming like somebody don't have a lot of free time. Somebody is really, not to say locked in when it comes to some type of repetitious activity, but it's given that you have a lot of different responsibilities that you have to do, to the point where if you don't get them done, then certain things don't happen. Okay? Again, it has a lot to do with your mindset, baby. You're dependent on the conditioning, you know, that you have been placed under. What you need to realize, again, when you give it to divine. Give it to divine. We got retreat. Give it to divine, I'm telling you. You need to take a break. Take a break. Step back. Focus inward. Balance them chakras. Align that energy. Connect. Okay? Yeah. See, we got career change here. So shit, you might need to switch a job right now. With this connection and this author, you may have, you know, your own business that you want to push. Entrepreneurship. Okay, you might connect in other areas. It might be other areas that you can really display, you know, your personality, or even you find more passion. It's easier to do, you know, feels less like work. Yeah. Somebody may need to quit a job. Something is really stressing them out. And again, it's overworking them. Somebody might be salaried and then they again, with the overworking, it's not adding up. We got focus and daydream. So it's something about you focusing on what it is that you have been daydreaming about. Lock in on it. Actually take the actions. Okay? Without the influences. Again, with the daydream. This daydream is making me feel like meditation. Meditation, balancing your energy, actually finding that inspiration, actually investing in that inspiration when it comes to that dream home. That's going to be a 10 of Cups. You know, it's something about you being open-minded. You got fear of failure and loss. So it's giving me that you may have taken a loss before, and now you have some type of fear, you know, when it comes to failure. It's something about the way a situation has gone over time. You need not to let the past, you know what I mean, hold you to it. If I be completely honest with you, be open-minded when it comes to this loss, and then go inward again, do that inner work. Hey, love it. Love guru energy, Pisces. He said there's no such thing as failure, only early attempts at success. I liked it, that shit. I liked it, that movie actually was pretty cool. He said a lot of interesting things. Mike Myers, love guru, y'all check that out. Yeah, lost daydream, focus, career change, retreat. So you may have even lost yourself, you know, due to you having to do some type of career change. Maybe you put more on your plate than what you was ready to, you know, organize, or however it is that it goes, you know. Maybe that shit is just dissatisfying because it's not you. Yeah, it's not you. Now with this freedom of time in the reverse, and then this fear of failure, this is letting me know, like, something is keeping you from stepping out, like, on your own when it comes to, like, starting your own business, or, you know what I mean, doing something that is more self-based. If I be completely honest with you, baby, it's going to have a lot to do with, like, your discipline, your self-discipline. So, again, with the inward energy. Don't worry about it. Like I said, no such thing as failure. It's just on early attempts at success. Look, retirement, creator. That's what I'm saying. When it comes to your retirement, you have everything that you need in order to create the life that you want. It's like when it's all said and done. And see, this as well too is what is making me feel like some of y'all is refusing to leave a job that is dissatisfying because of the retirement. You want the cushion. It makes you feel better, you know, to know that you have that safety net. So that when you retreat, you know that you're entitled to this travel. You're able to, you know, for sure. It's something about a safety net. But see, what I need you to understand, Pisces, is that just as well as you believe in this place, this business, whatever it is, providing a safety net to you, you need to believe that you can create that same safety net on your own. I done been in 2 different businesses before where they seemed like they was thriving, and baby, they call us in for a meeting one day and tell us they selling this from my thing. They selling it to somebody else. You can apply with them, and you know what I mean? Even was in a position before where they came in with their own workers already. So it was a definite that we was being removed type energy. Like, yeah. So it's like that fear of failure and that retirement. You know, that shit can happen either way. The difference is, you know, when it's in your hands, you ain't going to fumble that ball. When it's in somebody else's hands, they're going to try to make sure they don't fumble it for them. You might have to catch, you know, that backdraft in, like, just by default. So it's like, yeah, nah, be your own everything. Your own net, your own everything. And that's what it is. Let go of that fear of failure when it's all said and done. Creator. Creator. Some of y'all got something that you want to do too, where it's like, you feel like you ain't never seen it done before, or you know what I mean, like, again, that fear of failure. Get your ass on out there, baby. Get on out there. You be amazed. Everything ain't for everybody, no, but get your ass on out there, okay? We got laziness here. So this fear of failure when it comes to retirement is actually what's creating this laziness, holding you back from your dreams. You done lost sight of it again with that daydream and that loss. We got host in the reverse. Yep, you allowing somebody else to control your dream. What is it, the responsibility or something like that you scared of? Look, completion, diplomat. It's something about you being a people person. You know, something about you being able to see things from different angles, different ways. Like, you good with, like, bridging different people together. Blending cultural different. But, like, baby, come on now. And we got competition. Damn. Okay. I got to be careful. Look, it's like, look. Reckless. I got to be a little careful. These cards slippery than a bitch. I ain't expect them just to sprout out my hand like that. Shit, okay. Competition. So, another thing you need to remind yourself too, with this going inward and outward, your focus, remind yourself that you ain't competing with nobody but yourself. It don't matter who did what, when they did it, how they did it, why they did it. None of that shit matters. Your story is your story. Okay? Now, yeah. Diplomat. With your uncanny ability to form connections in human relationships, you serve as a bridge between worlds. Yeah, it's something about the way that you communicate. You may have lost something over time, lost some type of inner spark or something like that. Okay? Again, with the inner work. Diplomat, lost inner work. Okay? Daydream, discovery, dream home, laziness, focus, pressure. Creator, career change, connection, author. If you want to write your book, baby. Write your life story. Be the best book in the world. You got retirement, retreat, entitlement, travel. I know that's right. Fear of failure, dependent, conditioning. Ain't no more being stuck. See, that's what it is with that competition. That fear of failure. Again, when you get in competition, though, baby, you ain't competing with nobody but yourself. Nobody but yourself. As soon as you start competing with another individual or anything like that, that's when you lose, with that fortune in the reverse right there. Look, we got walk away and promotion. Okay. So when it comes to this competition and you not being able to see that you are the key aspect, is something with you walking away, like you being the creator and you walking away, which is what's promoting like some type of laziness or something like that. It's something about you gaining more money and more responsibility. You need to ante up when it comes to your efforts. Focus, hone in. Even apply more pressure on yourself. Like, give yourself a certain time to do shit. Okay? We got decisions here. Say the first step to achieving your dreams is committing to making them reality. And we got destiny. You have a divine destiny to fulfill through career paths. Your work will help elevate the consciousness of this planet. That's what I'm saying, Pisces. It's something about, like, you ain't supposed to be in no regular job, is what I'm getting. It's something about, like, what you do. You guide people, but not the people that you have been guiding. It's kind of like you've been doing what you... Let go of the fears. Release all, you know what I mean, the conditioning when it comes to you being dependent on this fear of failure in this competition. You ain't competing for shit, and you ain't got to worry about failing in shit because it ain't no competition. Okay? Move toward what you know is yours. Okay? It's something about you retreating from some type of relaxed state. Because with this fortune in the reverse, it's not what you want. When it comes to you being the author, you being the writer of your own story, You have, it's something with a connection to a career change. Okay. And then we got a creator walk away. Somebody walking away from something, losing a spark due to some type of pressure. And losing focus. Laziness with a promotion. See, with this dream home and this discovery daydream, it's really making me feel like somebody more so thought that they desired something and then got in the position and feel like they don't really want it. It's not what they expected it to be, you know. But there's a fear when it comes to retreating, baby. Step down. Don't feel no certain type of way about it. I promise you. Don't feel. It's, again, no such thing as failure. Just only early attempts at success. Block that off of me. Early attempts at success. Inner work, loss, diplomat, destiny. Give me one more line. We got love. So when it comes to love, you may be in some type of competition, fear of failure as well too. Yeah. You might be under some type of pressure to get married or you know what I mean? The house, the white picket fence, yeah. And we got envy. Look, you focusing on what other people want for you is what's going to drain your energy. Who gives a fuck? Okay. We got research here. So you being urged to look into something completely. Go internal. Introspection, hermit energy. Look, freedom of location. We got that in the reverse. And we got unworthy here. So it's something about believing in your worthiness when it comes to this freedom of location. Like, you can do anything that you want to do, you know. Again, look into things and then make your next move, right? Because with this research, it's making me feel like you might be just investing into the wrong situations, wrong people. You know, it's like it's just, yeah, now. You know, and it's really affecting, like, your stability. Okay? I try not to turn this into anything about a person, right? So I'm going to get up out of this. Because we got recklessness and denial, right? Training. Because it, like, with that love, I really honed in on that love. That one love card came out when it came to this competition and this envy. Okay? So it's something about somebody training a person to be in denial when it comes to their recklessness. Okay? Niche, obligations, empowerment. It's something about, like, somebody getting something, right? Like the way that they do something. And this obligation. Don't start more than one thing. Well, damn, that's kind of contradicting. Again, with your discernment, the way I said it. It's something about you being prepared when it comes to, you know, you stepping out there. Your teacher being some type of self-care. When it comes to you counseling this artist inside of you. Healer. Experiment. Try different things. Financial freedom. Leader. Entrepreneur. See, that's what yeah. Go inward, Pisces. Go inward. Cleanse your energy. And again, like I said, ain't no competition, no nothing like that. Release the restraints that you have allowed, like your environment, to put on you. You know, I feel like especially the more that you go internal, do your shadow work, what you come to realize is a lot of the different conditionings that we was brought up with, like, they're not valid. They're not valid. It's a lot of things that was taught to us, and we may have had amazing parents, but that don't mean that everything that they taught was right, or you know what I mean? Like, you can't structure your life off of that. Okay? You kind of got to find your own path, be your own be your own author, and don't be afraid to do so. Okay? All right. I'm going to look into these cards a little bit more. I'm going to probably do y'all another read with the traditional tarot because, yeah. But, yeah, there you go, baby. Talk to you later.